Rahm Emanuel's regime in Chicago has a new plan for so-called undocumented immigrants. Give them documents, just like everybody else. For more, we're joined by Fox National correspondent Matt Finn, who's in Chicago for us tonight. Hey, Matt.
Tucker, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel has unveiled his new city ID program. The individual IDs will be called City Keys. The program will give a government ID to anyone living in the city, regardless of their U.S. immigration status. The mayor of Chicago says the IDs are meant to welcome the undocumented community into the city.
If you want somebody who's undocumented to feel comfortable to be able to drive their child to school and all the benefits, they have to be part of the city. This municipal ID, the City Key, will bring all those different communities and more that are on the periphery, on the sideline, into our city. And when we say welcome, we mean welcome.
The city of Chicago says the IDs are meant to be an all-in-one resource for Chicagoans who can link their library and public transit accounts to the card, and there will be discounts at cultural centers and for our veterans and senior citizens. However, critics, including Chicago aldermen, worry Emanuel's program will give IDs to people here illegally, especially since the city of Chicago will not be asking applicants about their U.S. immigration status. Applicants only have to prove they live in Chicago and must pass a 4-point ID system, and applicants are able to pick their gender on the IDs. The first 100,000 IDs will be free, and the city of Chicago insists the program will be secure enough to weed out fraudulent applicants. Tucker?
I'm sure it will. Matt Finn from Chicago, thank you. Francisco Hernandez is an immigration attorney from the state of Texas, and he joins us tonight. Francisco, thanks a lot for coming on.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
So the city of Chicago is deeply in debt. The middle class is fleeing. Crime has moved not just from the south side, but to the center of the city. It's got the highest parking fees in the country. The city's in a really tough shape. Why would the city, in the middle of the various crises it's facing, take all this time and all this money to serve the needs of people who are here illegally over citizens?
Well, you know, don't be so hard on Chicago. It's pretty stout. But you know what? My friend Lauren Wall told me that the reason Donald Trump won is because he's the only one saying nice things about America. But you know what? We're forgetting that these undocumented illegal immigrants are the only ones that are dying to get to this country. That is the highest compliment. They hang on their trains, they swim, they are willing to die to get here to this country and earn the opportunity to be here. Now, once they get here, they want to sign the guest book. That's all they're saying is we get their biometrics, they're the eye optics, they get the sign. We know who they are.
We don't know who they are. We don't know who they are because we don't know who they are. They don't have American birth certificates. There's no way to check their identification. This is an invitation to fraud. But speaking of fraud, what percentage of these people are already working in this country? A high percentage. Everyone who's working in this country.
0% unemployment.
Right. So every person here illegally who's working is doing so with a fake Social Security number, fake federal documents. That's a felony.
You know,
wait, no, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. After 9/11, we realized that using fake federal documents is not a joke, so we made it a felony, punishable by years in prison. Why would you give special privileges to someone who's committing an open felony? I don't understand.
You're not. We're hiring them. We are giving them jobs. They are 100% employed. We, you and I, when we go to a restaurant, we go to a hotel, when you get your roof done, guys, let's not be hypocrites. Let's not be hypocrites. We need the labor.
I'm not using.
We need the labor.
No, and I'm not using fake. Wait, slow down. Okay, enough the talking points. This is
You're going to go put up a roof at 110 degrees.
Does it bother you? Look, there are actually Americans who will get outside and work. I hire them.
Not you and I.
Yeah, not you and I. But there are people who will. And the point I'm asking you is unrelated to that, and it's a really simple one. Why would you want to reward people who are committing fraud with federal documents, committing a felony? I don't understand.
It's a legally issued ID that they're offering, and they're trying to tell you who they are, and they're trying to tell you that they're willing to earn the opportunity to be in this country. They're not even asking for government benefits. I mean, come on.
Every single one of them receives government benefits. Every single one. And apparently
that's a lie.
It's certainly not a lie. Do their children go to school here? Do they get health care in the emergency room? Do they use the roads? Do some of them get tax benefits for children? Yes, all of them. So look, the point is, I'm just
Mr.
trying to
Carlson,
correct.
You've got a big heart.
Yeah, I do, because I care about the Americans, for example, in the city of Chicago, who don't have
the compliment
jobs.
they're giving us.
Yeah.
They love America. They're
Right.
America
So let me
first.
just ask
They're
you,
wanting to make America great again.
Then why wouldn't they obey our laws if they love America
trying
so
to.
much?
Give
Really?
them a
Then why don't
chance,
they
but-
leave and apply normally like everybody else
Because you can't.
through the legal system?
Because you can't. It is impossible.
Why
It does
can't
not
you?
exist. Because it doesn't exist under law. That's why you and I
We bring
agree
in over
on
a million
immigration
people
reform.
every. Do you know anything? I thought you were an immigration attorney. We bring in over 1 million people legally every single
I'm pretty
year.
good at it.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at it.
Then when you say there's no way for them to do it, how do the million-odd other people come here legally?
Well, it's not a million. We give diversity visas to countries that help
It's
us in the
over
war
a
terror.
million
Nothing
people.
wrong with that. Okay, but they're not up there putting our roofs. Guys, they're wanting to sign your guest book. They're willing to come out of the shadows and say, this is who I am.
Francisco, thanks
I
for
love
joining us
America.
tonight. I appreciate it.